And that's YouTube. We're live. Liberty Live. Let's go. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Monday, March 2nd? I'm having a great day. Excited to be alive. Best day of my life thus far. People ask me how I'm doing, and when I answer saying amazing, they don't believe me sometimes. So let's go back through some posts from yesterday. My girlfriend reply to your comment and ask Reddit time. No, this is. Oh yeah. Well, what's a smell that instantly takes you back to your childhood? My mom's borscht. That is true, but yeah, that's nothing exciting. Go see your comment on this Reddit. Reply to your comment. Breaks up. Did it hurt your childish feelings? Uh-oh, somebody's talking shit. We got action. We got action. No, we have not been in this situation. What kind of situation was this person in? My mom just broke up with me over oh yeah. So this girl got drunk and basically some dude broke up with her because there was a video of her kissing people drunkly. So I said, no, we have not been in this situation. It sounds like you shouldn't get really intoxicated and do dumb things around people who will judge your character based on your intoxicated actions. Having said that, stop doing dumb shit. Okay, but we have all done dumb shit, correct? We all, especially, oh, damn, they're mean down here. It wasn't even to me. We all, especially young, have done dumb shit we didn't think fully through, correct? No, I can't even read this. It's hurting my head. No, does that dictate my character from here on? No, it's called growth. And the fact that she held accountability shows a lot. Let's be grown-ups. Let's be grown-ups. Let's be grown-ups. Okay, that was me. We're bought even talking about an out. Yeah, this. Okay. All right, let's go to something. Well, actually. Upvotes, but in your replies. Oh yeah, this guy was an asshole. He abused somebody and I said, you should apologize. You should. If not, he said, nah, she doesn't deserve one. Trust me. Damn, he got killed. I said, the person you abused and bullied? He said, I'm not saying it justifies it. I'm just saying she'll never get an apology because she doesn't deserve one. Spoken like an abuser, somebody else said. You may have stopped being violent towards her, but it appears that the abuser mentality hasn't changed. That's true, you guys, right? And fuck this guy. I never give anybody negatives, but yeah. Shit, I give people positives that talk shit about me. How's here not deserving an apology, abuser mentality? We continued being friends for years. We exchanged words about what happened. Is he really that dumb? You don't think an apology would be healing to her? That if no other reason than that, if no other reason than for that, should apologize if you claim to be her friend. If you claim, am I mumbling? I'm mumbling. Yeah, I said, you don't think an apology would be healing to her? If no other reason than for that, you should apologize if you claim to be her friend. Oh. And, yeah, people are crazy. So the post got deleted? Hold on, what? Sorry, this post was deleted. Yeah, by the person who originally posted it. Yeah, the asshole, this dude right here. Oh, that's funny. He deleted the shit. Yeah, he got roasted for it, probably. Got 1 million downvotes. Why would people post? I mean, first of all, why would you do that? Let's see. That's the same guy with him. He was attacked. All right, let's go. Something new, fresh off the boat, like I was in '93. I was fresh off the boat. What I don't know what to do about my mom. And now, yeah, you might. Whoa, I look crazy. I'm looking all the way over here because I got 3 monitors going now. I got the setup. Uh-oh, there we go. I actually didn't even check YouTube and Rumble. They were live, but we should be. Yeah. Let me check really quick, I guess. Yep. I know that's not it. Says live. We're live. All right. Ex-coworker keeps texting me. So this is brand new, 21-year-old male, used to have a girl coworker, 22-year-old female. I'll call her N. And she keeps texting me. The thing is, she only worked with me for 3 weeks before she resigned last week due to personal reasons. When we worked together, other than training her, we did not talk at all. During the times that she was still working, on my day off, she would text me and ask what I'm doing. I found it off because, for starters, we don't know each other that well to talk to each other like that. After she resigned, she continues to text me, even as going as far as to hang out with me. I was thinking of sending her a message telling her we were never close enough to hang out with each other. What a fucking weirdo. And that we were just coworkers. But I'm currently banned. Why does it give me these fucking... I muted this shit. Look at this. Fucking bullshit. I'm not... I am... See? It says unmute. That means it's been muted. Why the fuck would it bring that up first? It makes no sense. Shit is so dumb. My mom is taking me to small claims court for an outstanding debt that is hers. Am I responsible? Man, that sucks. Imagine your mom taking you to court. To keep everything short and brief, my mother opened a Spectrum mobile account. Oh shit, Spectrum too. I used to work for Spectrum. Spectrum mobile account in her name to get us phones. After a couple of months, she made me an authorized user so I could pay the bill while she fucks off smoking dope. Almost a year goes by, her phone is paid off and mine isn't due to the model I got. Mine isn't due to the model I got. Okay, so you had more to pay off. She then wanted to take her phone to a new plan. Okay, great. I asked her to take her phone off and transfer the Spectrum account to my name so I can keep paying on mine. Well, the account has to be tied to a landline, or not a landline, but a house address, because it has to have internet and all that. She tells me no and that the account is hers. She then proceeds to cut off the service on both phones. She then proceeds to cut off the service to both phones. With service being disconnected, Spectrum wants the remaining amount due for my phone, of course. My mom is taking me to court to make me pay $3,000 when there's only $1,100 remaining. Too long, didn't read. My mom is the owner of a delinquent cell phone bill that she made me an authorized user of to make me payments. Now that she cut off, she can't. I used to work for Spectrum. There's no way she could push it off on him if she was the original. She is responsible for the bill as she got the cell phones with her internet service, correct? I mean, I'm not a lawyer. Hold up. I mean, if I could type right. Not a lawyer, but she is definitely responsible for that account. For that account, as far as Spectrum goes. And this guy's freaking out. Hopefully, give him some peace. Look, I'm gonna tell him. Oh shit! See, that's why I should have my link open. So, but yeah, it's wild. She's actually, and then the crazy thing is, the mom filed the lawsuit, and she's not gonna have nowhere near enough evidence, but they'll let you file the lawsuit if you pay the fee to, file. People are so dumb. I mean, she could make a case to the judge that he paid half if he signed up as an authorized user. I guess the judge has that authority in civil court. So I guess I am aware. Well, I am aware of that is what I'm saying. But as far as Spectrum goes, I need the link to this. As far as Spectrum goes, it's I mean, she could make a case that. Oh. I'm gonna tell him I'll calm his mind. This video will calm your mind. This video will calm your mind. That's what I was doing. I wasn't lagging or glitching. All right. Oh, I'm on legal advice. Well, I did used to work for Spectrum, so I got an expert opinion on his case. I finally thought I found friends at my new school. Now I feel all alone all over again. Now I feel, no, man, poor guy or girl. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm writing this. I downloaded this app 5 minutes ago just because I needed to vent someone, literally anyone, without worrying that it might change how people see me. The last 3 months have been terrible. For context, I'm a 15-year-old student in my 3rd year of classical high school in Italy. I skipped a grade, so I'm younger than most of my classmates. My previous class environment was extremely competitive and toxic. Most of my teachers are close to retirement and strongly believe that classical high school is superior specifically because it's strict and rigid. The mindset shaped the entire classic dynamic. I wish I could say the teachers were the only problem, but most of my struggles actually came from my classmates. Many of them are children of teachers and fully bought into the toxic motivation culture at school. It created a very competitive and judgmental environment. Over time, I started having anxiety attacks. Studying became almost impossible. And yeah, to the guy that I was just reading a second ago, because I realized I just dropped the link, yeah, you're going to be fine, man. She can't sue you. She got a Spectrum account, and she took it out. She took it out probably... No, she had to have. Took it out with her internet. So there's no way to do a, at least the way we did it, there was no way to do a joint account. So it's on the person that you sign up is going to be the person that's going to be responsible for it. And same thing with the mobiles, because we used to do the mobiles too. Yeah, so you should be fine. Back to being 15 in Italy. I was sleeping less than 2 hours a night, barely eating, and I was constantly getting sick. After 2 weeks of living like that, I saw a psychiatrist who told me I was in a depressive state and gave me a week off from school. That week was followed by Christmas break, and during that time, I slowly lost contact with almost everyone. I distanced myself because I didn't want to explain what was happening or feel like I was dragging anyone down. I know depression isn't fun to be around, and I convinced myself that staying away was better for everyone. When I went back, I asked for a transfer and changed schools, but stayed in the same academic track. I basically lost all my friends from the old school. I expected it, but it still hurts more than I thought it would. At my new school, I quickly became friends with 2 classmates, a boy and a girl. I'll call them Andrea and Marta for privacy reasons. From the first day, they were kind and supportive, and I thought we were becoming close friends. And they turned out to be assholes, I'm guessing. I've been in this new class for 3 weeks now, and at first it felt like people liked me and that I was slowly finding support again. And then you realize, yeah, that happened to me too. When I moved from one side of the world to the other side of the world, and realized people are assholes on both sides of the world. Things changed during a school trip this week. Because our class is small, there aren't many options for seats on the bus. I already knew I'd probably sit in either Andrea or Marta, sit with either. Andrea or Marta. Marta was another best friend in class who asked to sit next to her, so I ended up sitting with Andrea. For context, Andrea has a girlfriend. Is Andrea... Yo, this is some, like... Is this some propaganda? I'm currently banned from this community. Yo, why the fuck would it give me... And how do I not keep seeing that... Why does it keep giving it to me, though? Look, why? So many... And it's all the ones I'm banned from. There's so many different fucking Reddit. What is going on? Because he posted a video link. Oh, whoops, sorry. Then they shouldn't be giving me legal advice. Why the hell was I in legal advice anyways? I'm not a fucking lawyer. Yo, this shit is giving me... I need to go to... I know what I'm gonna do. I will... No. We're gonna go to popular, and then we're gonna go to new. I was just gonna switch accounts, but we don't wanna put anything out there that we don't wanna put out. Really, there's nothing actually, so let's switch accounts. Well, no. Back. All right, we go to... I got this. I don't know what to do about my mom. She makes me feel like I'm always wrong. Text messages. It's fine, joins us, but it's okay to not have at everything you are doing. You need to work at it. You need to maintain your own identity, and so does whoever. And it's important to maintain relations with family. Well, I don't want to read this fucking family drama right now. I'm sorry. That was a little bit too much. How can I fix it? I've started seeing my guy. No. Do I chase my dream or set? Right here. Hi, Reddit. Keep everything vague for anonymity, but I need some help. So I, 22-year-old female, just graduated with my bachelor's degree in December. I got my degree somewhat specialized in project management for the fashion industry. Oh shit, you're gonna have to pick something else. I just recently started working actually, I guess not. I just recently started working full-time in January at a retail department store as an assistant sales manager. Oh yeah, you could do that. Area sales manager. I'm not salaried, as I'm still... I thought she wanted to go to New York and, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's still happening. Do fashion, but maybe it is. But anyways, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. You could be a regional director for a Kohl's or Dillard's or, that's not a bad gig. I'm not salaried as I'm still in training and currently earning $25 per hour. That's not bad. However, I have only been training for 3 more weeks. I only have training for 3 more weeks. I get a job at a retail department store. You should have been working retail through 16 years old and up if this is what you want to do. I got a job at a retail department store. I didn't realize people go to school for 4 years to work at a retail store. I got a job at a retail department store through an internship I completed the previous summer, which I needed to graduate. I worked once a month for 8 hours as a non-selling associate until I completed my degree, and then started the role early January. Only issue is I wasn't taught any of the systems this store uses during that internship. It's been difficult to learn complex PLA systems while managing both people and sales. Yeah, no shit. Through being in this role, I have loathed retail. Yeah, no shit. What the hell were you trying to do with the fucking, whatever the hell, fashion industry degree, project management? I got my degree somewhat specialized in project management for the fashion industry. What does that mean? Conflict. Through being on this role, I loathe retail. I'm the youngest person on my team who isn't respected because I'm relatively new. No shit, you don't know shit. There are fun aspects of the job, but ultimately the people, customers, and coworkers alike, and the responsibilities that come with working in the store. This includes meeting high sales quotas and pressuring customers into joining the credit card program. I do not have a passion for retail, nor do I want to work within retail for my whole professional career. I would much rather work at a corporate level and do consumer research. Yeah, I'm sure you would. Now they have AI for that. This isn't looking down at all the incredible hard work and effort it takes into running a store, because God, do I see you. However, I took this job because it was offered to me, even if it wasn't what I really wanted to do. Here's the thing. A recruiter reached out to me in January at a certain shoe brand in a role that specialized in customization, no sales quotas, corporate, promising career and salary growth. I love the brand and feel as if it would really excel there. Not to say that grass is greener on the other side of the fence, but in this case, I'm tempted, yeah, hell yeah, you better move. But department store and shoe brand offer full health benefits. However, the shoe brand offers additional perks like paid volunteering, college refund program. Only downside is shoe brand is only going to pay $51,000 for my first year compared to 60. I mean, granted, I work a second job in content creation, but that's alone with a supplement the difference there. Raise increases after 6 months, but I want to see that amount until reflected. I'm nervous about making the jump due to the large city cut and pay, especially in the current economic and political state of my country. I'm American. However, I feel like this is a classic dilemma between following my dreams and choosing stability. I'm a little scared about career suicides, especially being so fresh out of college, but at the same time, I'm young. Do the job that will be less stressful, which sounds like the shoe one, because that is worth more than any amount of money. Well, that is worse. Yeah. Just do the job that will be less stressful, which sounds like the shoe one. Shoe one. What'd you say, the shoe brand? But yeah, I mean, what else is she asking about? However, the economic, I would appreciate any advice, comments, or anything similar. But yeah, what exactly is your damn fucking, what exactly did you get a study, or what exactly did you study? I didn't know what's the proper verbiage to ask them. What exactly did you study? What exactly did you? What was your degree? What exactly was your degree in? Do the job that will be less stressful. Issue one. Have you worked retail before? I should probably put my questions all together first, and then have you worked retail prior? Or it sounds like we know she didn't. Sounds like is it hadn't? Had not. Is it hadn't? That can't be right. That can't be right. It sounds like. Yeah, you hadn't worked. I forgot what she hadn't done. For yeah, on to the next one. Saving people out here, and what do I do? Reddit is a troll though, because I clearly muted. Why would I mute? I muted Am I the Asshole and Advice, the only two subreddits in like millions of subreddits that Reddit has. whenever I go to my little custom feed here, oh, you can't see the custom feed because it's not, but now you can. So whenever I go to my little custom feed here, Reddit, look what it gives me. Okay, yo, it was listening. But look, still, why would it give me these? I muted these specifically, but let's see this. Am I the jerk for suing my cousin after he knocked my phone into the pool as a joke? Oh, shit. I, 25-year-old female, recently upgraded my phone to the latest iPhone Pro model. After taxes and Apple Care, it was about $1,300. I paid for it myself and had literally just finished setting it up a week before this happened. A couple of months ago, we were at my grandmother's birthday party. Everyone was hanging out in her backyard around the pool. That piece of shit $1,300 phone is not waterproof? Why isn't it waterproof? It should, I mean, maybe it's not a piece of crap, but it's not waterproof, that's for sure. A couple of months ago, we were at my grandmother's birthday party. Everyone was hanging out in her backyard around the pool. I was standing near one of the patio tables, texting and taking photos of everyone. My cousin, 25-year-old male, has always been big on physical humor and pranks. He loves being the center of attention. I've never found him funny, especially when... Have I been off frame like this? Yeah, I have, haven't I? Jeez. I'm hiding from the camera. A couple months ago, we were at my grandmother's birthday party. Everyone was hanging out in her backyard around the pool. I was standing near one of the patio tables, texting and taking photos of everyone. My cousin, 25-year-old male, has always been big on physical humor and pranks. He loves being the center of attention. I've never found him funny, especially when a joke involves embarrassing someone else. At one point, he came up behind me and started teasing me about being glued to my phone. I rolled my eyes and told him to knock it off. He kept hovering around me, pretending like he was going to grab it. I told him very clearly to stop. Instead, he slapped the phone out of my hand. It bounced once on the concrete and slid straight into the pool. We fished it out immediately, but it was dead, completely unresponsive. Apple said there was water damage and it wasn't repairable. When I confronted him, he laughed at first and said he didn't think it would actually go in. Then when he realized I was serious about him paying for it, his attitude changed. He said it was an accident, that I shouldn't have been standing so close to the pool with an expensive phone. Like, what the fuck are you thinking standing that close to the pool? I mean, you just bought it too. I told him it cost about $1,300 to replace and that I expected him to cover it. He refused. My family immediately took his side, saying I make more money than he does, and he has a girlfriend and a baby to support. They said I was being petty over a mistake. She probably got insurance. She probably had insurance, and now she's trying to sue the guy for fucking $1,300 because she sounds like a white lady, and sometimes that's what they do. What really bothered me wasn't even just the money. It was that I told him to stop. He chose to ignore that. And instead of apologizing sincerely and offering to work something out, he acted like I was overreacting. After weeks of him refusing to pay anything, I took him to small claims court. I won. He still dragged his feet on paying, so I filed for wage garnishment. Now 20% of his paycheck goes toward paying me back. My family says I've gone nuclear and that I made his life harder than over a phone. If he had apologized and offered a payment plan, I would have worked with him. But he dug his own heels in at every step. I mean, yeah, which is why, I mean, 50-50 would have been more fair. 50-50 would have been more fair. I mean, she shouldn't have had it out. Why she was on her phone? It would have been more fair. Why did you have your why did you have your phone out by the pool? Your phone out by the pool. Did he have a point? Are you always glued to the pool? Did he have a point? I know people are gonna downvote me and get mad about this. That's the point. Did he have a point? Are you glued to your phone? But the funny thing is the truth. So yeah, people get mad at the truth. Fucking weirdos. But yeah, I'm sure that's not gonna go over well. I don't expect any upvotes for that. I'm gonna get downvotes for that. My daughter, damn, this is why I say I'm having a great day. For a week now, my little daughter, who's 14, has been having just the worst headaches. Like, she'd cry from the pain. We took her to the doctor, into the ER, and they did many tests on her. And they scanned, and just today we got the results. She has a very aggressive, fast-growing tumor in her brain. Most likely glioblastoma. And I'm fucking scared. Just a few days ago, I came across a kid that sadly passed away from brain cancer as well on this sub, and I pray to God that it wasn't that for us. I have been so strong. I have to be strong for her and my wife and my other kids, but honestly, I'm terrified. I don't want to lose her. That kid's story broke my heart, and I don't want to live it myself, my own kid. This world isn't fair at all. Why her and not me? Damn. Sending you all the strength possible. All the strength possible remotely via Reddit post. Yes, sending you Reddit post energy. That sucks. I mean, that's why I say when people ask me how are you doing, I say best day of my life, because literally it is best. Every day is the best day of my life, because every day before today is already past. And I mean, exactly. And so those days are over, so today is the best day. So, is the one I'm living. Am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my boyfriend because of cultural differences? Let's see. Hi, everyone. I really need honest outside perspective because this situation has been going on for months, and I feel like I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted. I don't know if I'm overreacting, being culturally insensitive, or if my feelings are actually valid. I, 24-year-old female, have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 24-year-old male, for 10 months. I'm from Europe, and he's from India. Oh, man. We met in my country while he was studying here. Our relationship moved very quickly. Too many accents are going on. After just 3 months together, we moved in with each other because of certain circumstances. It was intense, but at the same time, it felt natural and right. We were very close and very happy. We communicated well and didn't have major issues. I felt emotionally safe with him, and I genuinely saw a future with him. Marriage, children, the whole picture. I trust him deeply. Oh, let me fix something. Oh, dang. 1 second. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. One moment, please. We'll be back to scheduled programming in 2 seconds. And we're back. So, I want to clarify that I love him so much. Hi, everyone. I really need honest... Yeah, so I want to clarify. This girl is from Europe. She met this Indian dude. They're both 24. So she wants to clarify. She loves him so much. She truly thinks he's the one, and I can guarantee he thinks the same. About 7 months ago, he had to return to India because of a family emergency. I don't know. Usually you see Indian people with Indian people for some reason. That's what I've experienced. The original plan was that he would come back after a short period of time. He was supposed to return around 5 or 6 months ago, but due to circumstances outside of both of our control, he hasn't been able to come back. Now we don't even have a clear timeline of when he will return. So for most of our relationship, we actually been long distance. I want to be honest. I am not handling long distance well. It makes me extremely anxious. Maybe I'm just an overly anxious person, but this uncertainty is very hard for me. I feel like my life is on hold. Yeah, why the hell are you waiting for some Indian in India? I'm waiting for him, for some Jeet, but I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait. I miss him constantly. I miss physical touch, his presence, even just sitting in the same room. I am a clingy person by nature, and I know that about myself. I need closeness and reassurance, and long distance removes all of that. This uncertainty has been one of the hardest parts for me. Yeah, from his perspective, let me get some water. That's why I've been helping. From his perspective, this situation is devastating. He didn't choose to leave me. He didn't choose to be stuck there in India. He has lost a lot of his independence. He lives with his parents. Why does he go to India? Relies on them financially and has very little control over his daily life. Yeah, and they're gonna make him marry somebody Indian, dummy. His family is emotionally intense and involved, which is normal in his culture, but it means he can't always set boundaries or prioritize the way he wants. He feels guilty, ashamed, and frustrated that he can't show me his love the way he did before. He feels like he's failing me even though he's trying his best. He calls me every single day, often for hours. He stays up all night because of the time difference. He reassures me constantly, tells me he loves me, and says I'm his priority. He generally tries to keep the relationship alive and peaceful. I truly believe he loves me deeply. He's loyal, kind, and dedicated, and is doing everything he realistically can from his position. Yet in India, where he's fucking stuck, and he's going to be in an arranged marriage. On top of that, this isn't just long distance. It's also a mixed cultural relationship. I don't speak Hindi, so when he's with his family and they talk, I don't understand anything. I don't know what they think about me. I don't know if they fully accept me. Of course they don't. I don't know if they judge me. Of course they do. The insecurity has been building slowly over time. I try to tell myself that I'm overthinking, but when you're far away and don't understand the language, your mind fills in the blanks. Trust is everything in long distance. We both agreed early on. Of course they judge you. What was her other questions? Oh, on top of that, well, it's been a one-time argument for many months. I've tried to suppress it, but I've tried to tell myself it's cultural. I think he's a bad person. I'm not accusing him of anything. Oh, right here. We both agreed early on that no matter what, we would not lie to each other. Yeah, this is a long post. He generally tries to keep the relationship alive and peaceful. Right. On top of that, this just isn't long distance. Also mixed cultural. We know that. It's Hindi. So, right. The insecurity. Do they fully expect me? Oh, right. I don't know if they judge me. And no, they don't fully accept you. That's right. Of course they judge you and don't fully accept you and don't fully accept you. And what do you mean fully accept you? It's either accept you or don't. Accept is a definite. Well, why am I saying fully accept you? Did she say fully accept, or am I saying fully accept? Of course they don't accept you. Did she say fully or no? He generally tries to keep. I don't know myself. I'm overthinking, but when you're far away and don't understand, we should not lie to each other. Right here. I don't know if they fully. Yeah, she did say fully accept me, and yeah, what the. Of course they judge you and don't accept you. What do you mean fully accept? It's a fucking fully accept. Accept is a definite word in itself. Is a definite. I'm probably wrong, definite, but that's without Google or anything. Just going off memory, definite. And we're gonna be confidently wrong if I'm wrong. Accept is a definite word in itself. It's either they do or they don't. Or they don't. He's probably more than likely his parents are working on an arranged marriage for him, and then he's gonna tell you last minute. That is what's gonna happen. Marriage for him, and he'll end up telling you he had no clue. And he had no clue, and he has to do. He has to do. Watch. That's what happens. She's like, his family's super emotionally like traditionally or culturally controlling. So what the hell do you think is gonna happen? Honestly, OP, this is more of a compatibility issue than a cultural one. You clearly love him, but intimacy and physical boundaries are deeply personal. If there's something you can't get past, it's okay to recognize that. Right. Sounds like the quicker you peel the band-aid, the quicker the pain goes away. Right? Is that the word? That's not. What is band? See, why does it have to? I don't want to capitalize band-aid. I'm not saying it as a brand. I'm saying it as an item. Alright. Am I the jerk for telling my friend group I won't be the default photographer at every hangout anymore? No, they probably don't want you in the picture. I'm gonna have to tell her that. So, some background. I, 25-year-old female, got into photography as a hobby. Oh, well, you set yourself up, dummy. Well, some background. I, 25-year-old female, got into photography as a hobby about 3 years ago. Am I still in frame now that I'm actually sitting up and not hunched over? I need to pull up my chair so I have my back to it. I'm sitting proper and not at the edge of the seat. Hold on. All right. No, I'm good. Nope. No. Now we're good. If we do this. All right. So, I became the group. No, she became a photographer, right? I brought my camera. So, I got into photography as a hobby about 3 years ago, correct? I have a decent mirrorless camera, and I've put a fair amount of time into learning how to actually use it. My friend group of about 8 people knows I have this hobby, and over time, I brought my camera to group trips, dinners, birthday gatherings, and general hangouts. At some point, without anyone explicitly deciding it, I became the group photographer. Every event, someone would say, "Did you bring your camera?" And I'd say yes, and I'd spend a portion of the event shooting rather than just being present. I genuinely enjoyed it at first. I liked having good photos of our group and liked seeing, yeah, but she wants to be in them now. She's like, what the fuck? I'm not in any of the pictures. And I liked using the occasions to practice, but the dynamic has shifted in the way you need to set up a tripod in a way that I found it increasingly difficult over the last year or so. The issue is that I'm now expected to photograph every gathering, share all the photos afterwards, and do basic editing on the ones people want to use for social media. If I don't bring my camera, I get asked why. At our friend group trip last summer, I spent probably a third of each day being behind the lens and missed a lot of the actual experience because I was focused on documenting it. Yeah, that's bullshit. Nobody else documents anything. Everyone is happy to appear in photos, but none of them have ever asked if I like to be in some of the photos or thank me for the hours of editing or offered anything in return. That's bullshit. I said at our last planning meeting that I was going to start leaving my camera at home because sometimes I could just be a participant, and that when I did bring it, taking photos would be a choice, not an obligation. 2 people in the group seemed fine with it. 2 others said I was being weirdly precious about a hobby. No, fuck that. I just want to occasionally show up somewhere without it being assumed I'm the one there to document the evening for everyone else. You are not the jerk. Not the jerk. Fuck them. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Fuck them. That's bullshit. Fuck them. You obviously should first be in some pictures. So if you do continue to bring your camera, please get a tripod or some kind of gimbal that you can tripod. She probably already has it, or some type of selfie gimbal deal thingy. Hopefully she understands what that means, deal thingy. That's bullshit. Fuck them. You obviously should have first. You obviously sure. You fuck them. Obviously, you should be. Obviously, you should be. You should first be. You should be in some of the pictures. But if you do, we got more. This is just if she does. But if you do continue to bring your camera, please get a tripod or some type of selfish, not a selfish, a selfie gimbal deal thingy. Or maybe thingy is not the word. Maybe it's just thing. Gimbal, selfie gimbal. Maybe it's not a thing. It's just some selfie gimbal by itself. And then what else? Share all the photos afterwards. Yeah. And then, oh yeah. On another note, have they paid you? On another note, has anybody paid you? They should be. Another note, they should be paying you, especially if you're editing, paying you for the photos, especially for editing for them too. Fine. Sounds like I mean, your friends got real comfy because you were too nice, and giving with your time and hobby. I would remember the two that were fine with you leaving, with you not bringing camera. Those are people. I mean, what's the word? I mean, they're definitely better than the other people, but what I'm saying is that those are the people. Those are your people. How about that? She'll understand that. That's bullshit. So I said, not the jerk. That's bullshit. Fuck them. Obviously, you should be in some pictures, but if you do continue to bring your camera, please get a tripod or some type of selfie gimbal. On another note, they should be paying you for the photos, especially for editing for them too. Sounds like your friends got real comfy because you were too nice and giving with your time and hobby. I would remember the two that were fine with you not bringing the camera. Those are your people. Yeah. Oh, somebody actually agreed with 50-50 with the girl that had her phone out. Surprised. Well, back to where we were. Yeah. Am I the jerk for reporting my roommate to the police for what she did to me? What the fuck? I moved to the city for work and left my family in the province, telling myself it was only temporary. The job paid better, but the nights were quiet. For 2 years, I lived alone, cooking for one, celebrating birthdays on video call, and counting the days until I could visit home. The loneliness became normal, like another bill to pay every month. One day, my college friend messaged me out of nowhere. She says she had just started working nearby and was struggling to find a place. She asked if she could stay with me and split the rent. I was happy, finally someone talked to after work, someone who knew my old stories and my family. We brought groceries together, watched movies on my laptop, and laughed about our college days while eating instant noodles on the floor. It felt like an apartment became a home. 3 months ago, small things started to appear. First, it was loose coins from my table. Then, disappear, not appear. First, it was loose coins from my table, then a lipstick, then money I kept inside an envelope for my parents. I kept telling myself I was just forgetful because I was stressed at work. Yeah, and money just walked away. But one night, I checked my bag and the emergency cash I was never touched was gone. My chest felt tight and my hands were shaking. I started to observe her quietly, pretending everything was normal while taking photos of where I placed my things before leaving for work. One afternoon, I came home early and saw her opening my drawer, holding my wallet. She froze when she saw me. You should have beat the fucking brakes off her. Then suddenly started crying, saying sorry over and over and begging me to give her another chance. She said she was desperate because of her debts and promised she would never do it again. My heart hurt because she was my friend, but I told her to pack her things and get the fuck out and leave, or I would report everything to the police. She kept apologizing while putting her clothes in the bag, and I had to look away because I didn't want to change my mind. After she left, I still went to the police station and filed a report. And when I walked back to the apartment alone, it felt painful but also strong. Fuck no, you're not the jerk. And hell no, not the jerk. Not the jerk. She took advantage of your kindness. How are you of your kindness? There's no possible spin here that would make you the jerk. I give you the all clear. I give you the Dmitry all clear. You are good to go. Ask Dmitry questions on YouTube. He knows. Yo, that's what I could do. That's not dropping a link. Let's see if that will get me in trouble. Tell the police for what she did to me. Report the shit out of her and report her twice if she does anything again. Am I the jerk for refusing to let my older sister move into my apartment after she emptied her savings? And actually, realized okay, we're good. Am I the jerk for refusing to let my older sister move into my apartment after she emptied her savings to start an online business? Ooh, I like Am I the jerk. 25, let's try not to get banned from Am I the jerk. I just posted something that might get me banned though, saying to ask, look on YouTube or whatever. That was in the link. They didn't say not to make recommendations. 25-year-old female, rent a small 2-bedroom apartment that I share with no one. I've been working full-time since graduating college and finally got to a point where I can afford my own place. It's not huge, but it's peaceful. And I really value having my own space. My older sister, 30-year-old female, has always been more impulsive. She recently decided she was unhappy at her job and wanted to become a full-time lifestyle influencer. She quit her stable position. She used most of her savings to pay for branding, photos, a website, marketing courses, and a bunch of equipment. And now she was betting on herself. At first, she was posting constantly and seemed confident it would take off quickly. But after about 4 months, you're supposed to go for like years with like 2 views, 3 views. You're doing good. Sponsorships didn't come through the way she expected, and she burned through the rest of her savings covering rent and expenses. Last month, she told me she couldn't renew her lease. Well, yeah, what the fuck? She was betting a return on a certain date. Last month, she told me she couldn't renew her lease. Her plan now is to cut expenses completely and focus full-time on growing her platform. Oh, no. She asked if she could move into my apartment for 6 to 8 months. Is she getting any traction rent-free while she builds her brand? She says she'd help around the apartment and contribute when she can, but she made it clear she can't commit. What is this brand? Let's see. I mean, if she actually got something, the problem is I work from home 3 days a week, and what is the brand? If she moved in, I'd lose that space. What is her brand? What is this brand? What is this brand? Can we see? No, you're not the asshole, probably. No, you're not the asshole. Well, let me see. For saying no, I feel guilty, but at the same time, I worked hard for my stability. I didn't make the choice to quit a steady job without savings. Yeah, what the hell? Hold on. She got really upset, said, I'm supportive and jealous. I told her, wait, the problem is I work from home 3 days a week, and the second bedroom is my office. If she moved in, I'd lose that space. Hell no, you don't have to move in. Let her move in. I'd lose a lot of privacy. She tends to stay up late filming content, FaceTiming friends, and playing music. We've clashed before when we lived together. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that. I offered to help her look for a cheaper room to rent, co-sign somewhere smaller, or even lend her some money to help with a deposit. But I said I don't want to share my apartment long term, especially if the situation resulted from her quitting her job without a backup plan. She got really upset and said I'm unsupportive and jealous and that she's taking risks and while I'm playing it safe. My parents are also pressuring me, saying family should help family and that I'm young and don't need that much space. I feel guilty, but at the same time, I worked hard for my stability. I didn't make the choice to quit a steady job without savings. Am I the... my older sister has always been more impulsive. Yeah, you're the jerk, kind of. If you're... What is this brand? Is she actually getting traction? That does matter. I mean, that does matter. Does matter. But yeah, and also, does she like it? Does she? And why would she go to the agency and pay for all this shit? That's weird. Like I definitely don't do that. Wouldn't do any of that. She's like, she went and paid for a bunch of shit and websites and all. Like, what the fuck? What is this brand? Is she actually getting traction? That does matter. But, I mean, you're not the jerk for sure. Having said that, I would still say you should help your sibling out. If you sibling out if you have the means to do so. I understand you offer her money. I understand you offered her money, which is very kind to you, which is very generous to you. Yeah. I want to know what the brand is. What everybody's saying, no, of course, not the asshole. Gotta admire the chutzpah of a lifestyle influencer who doesn't actually have a lifestyle. Not the jerk. You shouldn't have to pay for her terrible choices. That's why I read Reddit. Reddit is not a lifestyle. There's plenty of Reddit to read. And currently, my life is kind of boring. I have, exciting periods and boring periods. Right now, it's a boring period. So, Reddit it is. I love Reddit. It's great. Am I that jerk for rushing my family out of a family gathering to go see a girl? Probably. Am I the jerk for not answering work messages after 6 p.m.? Nope. It depends. Let's see. I just want to spit. How much do you care about your job? Obviously not that much to be asking. I just want to spit this out because it really stressing the hell out of me. I don't aim to gain sympathy, only to express this experience. So the thing is here. My manager, Kevin, sends messages in our group chat late at night, sometimes 9 or 10 p.m. It is not emergencies, just random questions or ideas. If I don't respond until the next morning, he makes comments about me being more responsive. Tell him you put your shit on Do Not Disturb. I am paid hourly and my shift ends at 6 p.m. I do not get overtime unless it is approved. I told him I always respond during work hours unless it is urgent. He said that is not being a team player. Am I the jerk for setting that boundary? Boss expects replies late at night, and I said I'll only respond during work hours. Not the jerk. But you could also reply to not rock the boat. To not rock the boat. It depends what's more important to you. Obviously you don't mind doing so. Which is fine too. I mean, you're not, yeah, I understand, but if the guy's like asking just, once in a while, some random, like, I don't know, really, just put your shit on Do Not Disturb. How about this? I could change my mind quick. Not the jerk. Tell him after 7 p.m. your phone goes on Do Not Disturb automatically and you don't know how to change it automatically. And you don't know how to change the settings automatically. And you don't know to change the settings. There you go. Take it off yourself. Boom. Now you're not rocking the boat. It's your phone. It's not your fault. Not the jerk. Not the jerk. Tell him after 7 p.m. your phone goes on Do Not Disturb automatically and you don't know how to change the settings. Yes, that's the best thing to do. Am I the jerk for refusing to change my work from home days? Am I the jerk for refusing to change my work from home days so my roommate can have the apartment to herself when her boyfriend visits? I, 27-year-old male, live with my roommate, Priya. Oh, they're Indian. 26-year-old female, a 2-bedroom apartment. We've lived together for almost 2 years and it's been genuinely fine. No major issues. We have similar schedules and mostly stay out of each other's way in a friendly way. I work a hybrid schedule and my work from home days are Tuesday and Thursday. These have been my days since I started this job 14 months ago and Priya has always known this. About 6 months ago, Priya's boyfriend moved to a city about 3 hours away for work. Now he comes back most weekends and occasionally takes a day off on either side to extend the visit, which sometimes lands on a Tuesday or Thursday. The first time this happened, Priya asked if I could work from a cafe that day so they could have the apartment. I did, no problem. I figured it was a one-time thing. It was not a one-time thing. It's happened 4 more times since then, and last week she asked if she could just swap my days permanently to Monday and Wednesday, so her boyfriend could have a standing arrangement. I said I couldn't do that, because my days are set by my team schedule, and I can't unilaterally change them. She seemed genuinely surprised that I said no, and brought up that I had been flexible before. I said doing it once was different from restructuring my whole work schedule around her relationship. She hasn't said anything hostile, but things have been slightly weird. And a mutual friend told me Priya thinks I'm being rigid. I don't think I'm being rigid. I think I'm being asked for something unreasonable. Am I the jerk? No, you're not the jerk. Priya is the jerk. I'm being nice today. Maybe he is the jerk. You are the jerk for living with Priya and expecting her to be logical. Yeah, dummy. That can't get me banned, right? I'm allowed to make him the jerk for anything. Oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make people obviously the opposite, and we're going to give them a good reason for doing it. That's great. I've been grappling with the reality of this for a while, mostly because my memories of it is faded. Not because it happened a long time ago, but because at the time. Because, yeah, just telling them the truth is not funny. It doesn't entertain me as much as telling them the opposite and then making up a good reason. That's great. But because at the time I was dealing with weed addiction, a lot of people don't think it's real, but it is. Once you do the THCs can make you happy, you don't want to stop, even when you can't recall weeks at a time. Bro, what kind of weed are you smoking that you can't recall weeks at a time? What the fuck? And you get stomach aches without it. Yeah, the dependency gets real. Most people just have better self-control than I did. Yeah, it sounds like it. My ex-friend, I called her ex, was dating a guy. Mid-August, she tells me she cheated on him with his twin brother. This is only important to understand the moral standing of the situation, not to save myself. They hadn't gotten to a fight, and me being slight friends with the boyfriend, I ended up being the messenger bird. He'd tell me what he wanted me to hand it to her, and I'd do it, vice versa. The intention was that through my mouth they could say the unspoken words and gratify the relationship, fix it. That didn't happen. That was what happened. I wish I'd never gotten involved. He started texting me on the side about his life, about how he was moving in December and he'd never see X again. I sympathized. He told me there were so many things he wanted to do, but he couldn't. Then he asked as a joke if we could swap Snapchat passwords so he could read her text and get a better read on her. What the fuck? First of all, who uses Snapchat? And second of all, who exchanges passwords? I didn't take the time to think about how my eyes only password mimic my... Wait, I just scrolled. Is it that long? Read her text. Okay. I didn't realize how my eyes only password mimicked my actual one, so I agreed. He didn't give me his right one. I thought this was out of mistake. Thinking back, I think it was on purpose. No shit, you dumb fuck. I had a bad feeling, so I tell him, did you look at my nudes? Is this a bullshit story? He confessed instantly that he saved them. I told him to delete them. He gave me a sly reply. So I sort of let it happen, but it escalated. He wanted to, what the fuck? And then I, get the fuck out of here. Refuse. And I obviously that didn't do. I know if I had just blocked him for the first time, this never would have happened. I think I should have never entertained this. My social life is all but ruined. What I thought was clear to me is now muddy. He got off scot-free. He's been trashing my name through the dirt since, and she has what looks like viable proof, pictures of me from his phone. This story is so bad she didn't believe me when I told her. How could I ever think of defending myself? What is it called? Deep fakes, AI. I know I should have never entertained this. I know if I had just blocked him the first time, this would have never happened. But I obviously didn't do that. And I think about the other factors, like how she had genuinely cheated in order to try and forgive herself, but I can't. X refused to speak with me even when I tried confronting her in public. She waits until I'm gone to talk to my friends. I have lost 5 friends over this. I know this isn't life-ruining scandal, but I'm hurting. I was cracking my mind and have to believe this is all entirely my fault. I know how it felt. It felt wrong. I can take some blame, but I can't swallow all of it. What do you think? Be entirely honest. Brutal if you must. Yeah, I told him to delete it. He gave me a slight response. He said something along the lines of, well, you don't even care. You pride yourself on your apathy. I mean, yeah, I do when it doesn't affect me personally. He says it won't. When I move in December, I'll take this with me. Then it's all my fault. This rang in my head. All this fault because it was in my head. All his fault. I still believe it is, but I think I'm biased towards myself. Either works. It's like the cleanness of being it about analyzing. I just like the clearness of being it about analyzing Reddit. Agree. I'm with it. I've been back straight to that concept since. Just reading and replying. Sorry. Be right back. All right. I had a bad feeling, so I tell him, did you look at my... yeah, we read that nasty shit. I'll take all this with me, then it's my fault. So I sort of let it happen. He was almost walking inhibition. I didn't even want to respond in kind. He just opened his text, and he was elated. I sort of thought, I don't know, I can just let him and his perverted nature disappear into the nether and never think about this again. But it escalated. He had gotten and refused to delete wasn't enough, and he told me that I was in far too deep now, and it looked like I sent him the photos, and that all of this jazz. And I generally thought, so he said that this guy sent him the photos. This makes sense actually, because they both suck anyways. If it just let this happen until December, he'll move, and I can forget about this. He told me one day, there's an empty classroom, blah, blah. There's this period you hate, right? From the point before, all I had done was listen to this perverted fantasies and occasionally copy and paste them in ChatGPT and come up with a response. This is a good time to mention he's a queer. They're all queer homosexuals. And then I met him in that empty classroom. After 3 weeks of begging me, I gave in. It was as horrible and warm and soft and salty as I could have imagined. But in my head, I gave in. That's still consent. That's why I didn't want to read this earlier. I begged him to tell me the truth. I'm in a different state. This is none of my business. I blocked her anyway. She's blowing up my phone. He got off scot-free. She's been trashing my name through the dirt since, and she has what looks like Bible proof. We already read that. So, this is what happens when you. This is what happens when you become a queer. What happens when you join the queer group? Queers. Sorry to say. It's just queer shit happens. All this, look at this queer shit. How did he spell queer? Queer, where's this queer? That's such a funny word, what a queer. Still consent. Right here somewhere. Now I can say I was officially, no, that's not it. Queer, right here. Queur. That's what happens when you join the queers, my friend. That's what happens. This is what happens when you join the queers. At least that's what I've heard from every queer. That's what I heard from every queer. Every queer ever. Oh, I'm going to get so many downvotes for that. Okay, on to the next one. Am I the jerk for taking 45 minutes to show my sweet mate how I feel every morning? How I feel every morning? In college, I'm sharing a bathroom with one person. She takes an hour in the bathroom every morning, not taking it to the morning to use the toilet, brush my teeth, and brush my hair. How I feel every morning to show my. I don't understand. We do not talk to use the toilet and keep my hair in mind. I only have one hand to do these tasks. We do not talk and keep to ourselves because we do. She acts like a spoiled brat. It took 45 minutes this morning to get ready because I am almost blind and was slower getting. You're almost blind and slower getting ready and feel like just a jerk making her wait, even though she makes me wait an hour, making me run late to class. So am I the jerk? No, but what are you talking about? How I feel every morning? I am in college, living in the dorm, sharing a bathroom with one person. She takes an hour in the bathroom every morning, not taking into consideration that she is sharing with someone. I try to take only 20 minutes in the bathroom, if that, in the morning to use the toilet, brush my teeth, and brush my hair, keeping in mind I only have one hand to do these tasks. Why do you only have one hand? We do not talk and keep to ourselves because when we do, she acts like a spoiled brat. Why do you only have one hand? Why only one hand? And why is it okay for her to take longer? For her to take longer and you not? Time should be split equally. Time should be split equally. And I mean, if y'all can't come to a reasonable conclusion, like what the hell? Time should be split equally. And if you only have, and if you have one hand, you get an extra 25 minutes. You gotta get an extra 25. And if I read correctly, and you only have one arm, you don't even have a bonus arm, have one arm, you get an extra 25% of time. That's automatic. Fuck, why is Numslocks always off? You get another 25% added onto your time in the bathroom. Okay, so why only one hand? And why is it okay? I don't want to assume she's one-armed, but then we'll assume why only one hand? And why is it okay for her to take longer and you not? Time should be split equally. And if I read correctly and you only have one arm, you get another 25% added onto your time in the bathroom. Yeah, what the fuck? No, you're not a jerk. Did we tell her she's not a jerk? No, we should tell her she's not a jerk. She's not a jerk well, she might be the jerk because handicapped people are jerks sometimes. But not the jerk for this reason, for the bathroom thing. Whoa, why did this turn into a duck? All right. Oh, it's been an hour. Jeez, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. I am off on this beautiful Monday. I will see everybody tomorrow, March 3rd, 3/3/26. tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I love everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday and see you then.